Twilight, this movie was a big deal, and with good reason. You think so? Yeah. Let's get into it. Twilight is from 2008. It lasts 1 hour 47 minutes. It stars Robert Pattison as Edward Cullen. It stars Kristen Stewart as Bella Swan. And it is tremendous. When you can live forever, what do you live for? That's the tagline. The movie opens with Bella Swan leaving her town with her father. Her father and mother are divorced, and she's moving to a small town called Forks.
Candles.
4 candles. 4 candles.
No, 4 candles.
Well, there you are, 4 candles.
Candles for forks.
In Washington. It's a town she used to know well because she spent summers there as a kid. Yeah, that she's not been back for years, and now she's gone back for good because her dad's a new police chief there, and they're getting away from their task. Yeah, Bella doesn't have any issues with her mum, but it's easier for her dad to move on in a new place. Well, an old place. Old new place, new old place. Either way. When she arrives in town, her father meets an old friend, and so does she. She meets the old friend's son. His name is Jacob. Yeah, and Jacob, he's this handsome dude with long hair. And she's surprised to see that her father has arranged for them to give her a truck. Yeah, he got it, and they're delivering it. Good prices, Nate's rates. You think so. Jacob and Bella, they remember each other. He says, I didn't think you'd remember me. And she says, oh yeah, I remember we used to make mud pies together. Yeah, sounds disgusting. No, it's just when they play in the mud and make me... No, disgusting. No. The next, by the way, yes, this town, Forks, is like constantly overcast. It is overcast, yeah, most of the days. Great. I thought America was all sunny. Well, not in Forks. Forks' sake. Anyway, the next day Bella goes to her new high school. Yeah, right, and there's this family, the Cullen family, and they're all like these good looking cool kids that don't associate with anyone but themselves, and they're all fostered, and they're clearly some of them are dating, which is not really illegal, but still a bit weird. A little bit. But Bella also meets some new friends, Mike, Jessica, others. One of the Cullen boys, Edward, he catches her eye. Yeah, she watches him. And then later she goes into a new class, and he's at the back of the class. And when she walks into the class, her hair blows in the wind. Yeah, it looks terrible. It looks great. It's just because her fan's on. But then she sees Edward staring at her for too long.
He was a creep.
Yeah, bit creepy. Not romantic. What is wrong with you? What? You don't usually like this type of cheesiness. This is great. He's a vampire. Spoiler, he's a vampire. And she's just a wee weirdo. She's a bit of a weirdo. But they're all weirdos. No, it's lovely. After school, Bella joins her dad in a local diner for dinner. Yeah, and this guy comes up, this like 30-year-old guy, and he's like, hi Bella, do you remember me? I used to dress as Santa, and I remember you as a kid. He's pretty desperate for Bella to remember him from when she was a little girl. Call the cops. Oh, do you remember also when Bella entered that class and her hair blew in the wind? It shouldn't have been there. It's a fan. Anyway, when Edward was staring at her, he got up and he said to the teacher, listen, I have to leave this class. I can't be here. And Bella knew it was about her. Yeah, so she plans to confront him the next day at school, that he doesn't show up. Coward. Well, he doesn't show up for a couple of days in a row. But then he does on like the 3rd day. Yeah, she meets him in the school corridor and she's going to ask him what's his problem with her and all this stuff. But then he's really friendly with her and he says, sorry if I acted a bit weird. And she goes, what's up with your eyes, Nate? They used to be tiered black and now they're golden brown. Do you have contacts in? Yeah, and instead of just saying yes, he says, oh no, I have to go, and runs off like a weirdo. He's a cool vampire. It's not cool. It is. And then at the end of that school day, Bella goes out to her truck, and just before she enters, she drops her book, or she has to tie her laces or something. Yeah, she bends down anyway, and as she does, another car comes along and it's out of control, and the car almost squashes her, almost crushes her flat against her truck. Edward Cullen appears and sitteth a steed and steps in front of the truck and just starts it with his strength. It's like Superman. It's a bit too much like Superman. What do you mean? Well, I mean, we've seen Superman do this, we've seen other superheroes do this. Yeah, that he's a cool vampire. If you say so. I do. I don't really get these movies. Have you seen them all? No, this is the first one I watched. I only watched it because months ago you bought it on my credit card. And I did not plan on ever watching these movies. But they're not the worst thing I've ever seen. No, they're the best. No, they're not the best. They're close to the worst vampire thing I've ever seen. Take that back. No, it's just my opinion. It's wrong. And did you not notice when Bella is nearly crushed and Edward saves her life, there's this cool guitar like dew dew dew. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, no need for that. There is. It's 2008. Fair enough. After this, Bella is taken to the hospital just to check up on her, make sure she's okay. Yeah, and Edward's foster parent, the dad, is the doctor there. Carlisle Cullen. What kind of name is that? You should just be glad it's not Bradleyson or something. Why? Never mind. But this doctor is clearly a vampire. I mean, there's no two ways about it. He's got the palest skin on earth. He's saving lives. Bella's fine anyway. She's going to leave the hospital, and then she hears Edward being told off by his siblings, and they're like, "Oh, you should have just let her die. You can't reveal too much about yourself. You can't reveal too much about us." And he's like, "Oh, I couldn't just let her get crushed." So then Bella questions him about this. Yeah, and he's raging. But then instantly he's like, "Oh, it's alright. You can ask me questions." He softens immediately. Back at school, Mike, one of Bella's new friends, asks her to the prom. She says, nope. She's like, ask Jessica, she fancies you. Which is true, that Mike fancies Bella. But Bella fancies Edward. That Edward loves Millhouse.
Nobody likes Millhouse.
Every time Edward and Bella meet each other, they're a bit frosty towards each other because there's unspoken something. Love, no. Unspoken kinship of weirdos. Calm down. Right. And then the next day, all the students at school decide to take a big trip down to the beach. Yeah, and again, it's overcast. What a day. In fact, it's raining, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. It's not the greatest weather for a beach day. But they go anyway. While they're at the beach on this dismal day, Bella bumps into Jacob. And Jacob's homeschooled like everyone else because Jacob's Native American. Yeah, Taylor Lautner. Yeah, anyway, he's Native American and they're all homeschooled. And Bella says, I thought Edward and his foster brothers and sisters would be here today. But Jacob and his friends say the Cullens don't come here. This is our land. The Cullens don't come here. How curious. Yeah. Anytime the Cullens are mentioned, these people from the reservation seem to be a bit hostile? Hostile, that's a good word. I know? Okay. Later we cut to the 40-year-old man from the diner. Yeah, he's on his boat, right? He's going to do a fishing trip on his own. But then he's confronted by 3 teenagers. One of the lads is topless for some reason. Yeah, topless and no shoes. I don't know why. But basically, these are 3 other vampires. And they say, let's not play with our food, let's just kill them. So they do. So it looks like the Cullens aren't the only vampires in town. Guess not.
The plot thickens.
Bella goes out prom dress shopping with her friends, and while she's out she discovers that the Cullens don't show up to school on nice days. Yeah, I wonder why. Maybe they'll turn to dust. Maybe. Maybe they'll go on fire. Maybe. Maybe they'll just vanish. Maybe. We'll find out in a little while. Cool vampire stuff. Not this stuff. On her way home after this shopping trip, Bella is confronted by a group of young guys. Yeah, are they vampires? Nope, they just want to assault her. Yeah, physically. And not kill. Not cool at all. And they're young guys, I don't know what where this is coming from, but these random guys are just like out for a bit of assault.
A bit of the old ultra-violence.
Yeah. But then Edward shows up, right? And guess what he does? He growls at them. Yeah, I thought he was going to beat them up or something, but he just growls at them and they all just run off. This is great. This is not great. He should have been kicking their asses and doing kung fu to them or throwing them out the place or something. Well, he growled. Yeah, that's all he did. Yeah, that's not scary enough. Okay, that's a bit scary. Edward walks Bella home, but he takes her to dinner first. Yeah, he doesn't eat. He just lets her eat because he's an absolute weirdo. He is an absolute weirdo, you're right. But he says, I can't stop thinking about you, Bella. So Bella goes home and instantly starts reading up about vampires. Why did she do that? I don't know. It's like, why she just suddenly thought he must be a vampire. It doesn't matter because it's cool. It's not cool. It's really cool. How many other vampire things have you seen? Well, we've watched Fright Night Part 2. The video's not out yet. Yeah, we've not recorded that yet. But you have seen that. Yeah. Anything else? I don't think so. Oh, Dracula. Oh yeah. That was long and boring. But at least it was vampires. Like, proper vampires. This is great. I think you need to see more vampire stuff to appreciate why I don't really think this is an amazing movie. Fine, but you'll still be wrong. The next day, Bella and Edward actually go and spend time together. Yeah, he takes her into the woods, right? And he's like, say it. You know how Tyann say it. She accuses him of being a vampire. And he's like, yet. Well done. Now get on the deck. He jumps on his back and he runs up a tree with her. Yeah, it's great. He climbs up to the top of the mountain in Thurks, and when he gets there he's like, I'm going to show you what happens when I step into the sunlight and why I can't come to school when it's a sunny day. He steps into the sunlight, and from all the vampire lore, all the vampire tales, all the vampire history, anything you might have heard about vampires in the past and what happens to them in sunlight, guess what happens? He goes starkly. His skin goes glittery and sparkly and he shimmers. Bella says, oh, you look so beautiful. He says, no, I'm a killer. And it's so rubbish. It's not rubbish. It's kill. But vampires are supposed to burn up in the sun or be killed by the sun. Yeah, but this is a romantic vampire. Edward fills Bella in on his history. Dr. Carlyle, the adoptive father of these kids, he's met all these kids in hospital and they've all been almost dead when he meets them. There's no way of saving them, so he turns them into vampires and adopts them or fosters them. Yeah, so they're gonna die. That he did a nice thing by turning them into vampires to save their lives and give them life eternal. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty good. Edward also says we're kind of like the equivalent of vegetarians when it comes to vampires. We don't eat people. We only ever hunt and eat animals. Yeah. So vegetarian, apparently. He also tells Bella there are other vampires out there and they are not as vegetarian as us. They'll happily kill and eat humans, including those guys you saw earlier. Yeah, that trio who took out the guy in the boat. Yeah. Although I didn't see him die. No. We don't see much in this movie. It's a bit of a kids version of vampires. No, it's romantic for young adults. Well, still young adults can handle a little bit of vampirism. Yeah, they're getting it. They're getting the kisses and the sharp fangs. It just feels a bit like a TV show to me. It's great. After this, Bella and Edward are openly a couple at school.
Are they a couple? Couple of weirdos, why?
Edward takes Bella to his family house to meet the family. Yeah, and they're cooking, and they never cook. They don't know how to, because they're vampires, they don't need to eat normal food. So for them to cook is a real big effort. It is. This could have been a great scene with lots of comedy where they're serving up like fish fingers and cereal, or they're trying to toast an egg or something like that. But no, it's just them cooking a nice meal. Yeah. And then Della and Edward go to his room.
I'm literally dying of horniness.
But they're starting to kiss passionately, and he has to pull himself away because she is desirable to him. Yeah, blood he needs. Yeah. But instantly they start kissing again, and it's not an issue anymore, I guess.
With absolutely no consequences.
It's great. Edward meets Bella's dad. It's all good. Yeah. Again, this scene could have had conflict. But nah.
Let's just move on.
Edward says, Bella is coming with me and my family to go and play baseball. Yeah, the dad's like, okay, have fun in this thunderstorm. Yeah. The only time vampires can play baseball is in a thunderstorm. You'll see why. Yeah, it's because when they hit the ball with the bat, it is so loud it sounds like a thundercrack.
Okay, now I see why you need the thunder.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good idea, I like that. That they use this time to have a bit of fun. We got a little baseball game. It's fine, it's great. And they're playing Muse. Yeah, there's a Muse song that plays. It's fine, it's fine. It is quite 2008. It is. But while they're playing, a trio of other vampires turn up. Yeah, these are the guys that killed that guy in the boat, right? And there's 2 guys and a girl. The leader is this guy called Lorraine. I think it's Lorraine. And there's Victoria. Yeah, she's a lady. And there's another guy, James.
Such a dick!
Cool vampire names, I guess. They say it's been a long time since the 3 of us have played basketball. Basketball? It's been a long time since the 3 of us have had a game of baseball. Do you mind if we play? And the Cullens are like, yeah, why not? That'll be good fun. Yeah, but then James is like, wait a minute. You brought a snack? I can smell that girl there, Della, is a human. I'm going to eat her.
Yum, yum.
Edward takes Bella and they rush off in the truck. Yeah, see ya. But we find out James is a hunter vampire. He will never stop until he gets his prey. Oh dear.
Absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
He'll never stop tracking her, however far she goes, or however long it takes. Poor Della. Oh well. So she has to leave town, but to do that she has to go home. She basically has to fake a fallout with her dad. Yes, to protect him that it hurts his feelings. She's like, oh, I don't want to be here, you suck. I'm going back to stay with None. That's right. And he's hurt. And there's like soap opera music playing in this scene. To go with the soap opera acting. What? So Bella and Edward flee, and the other Cullens help. One of the girls takes Bella's jacket and wears that to take the scent away. She heads off in the other direction. Yeah, and James falls for it for like 5 seconds, but then he's back in the actual scent of Bella. While in the truck, Bella calls her mum. Yeah, and James answers and he's like, you better come here. Come to your old ballet studio or I'll kill your nun.
How about your old ballet studio?
So that's what they do. They travel back to Bella's old hometown, go to the ballet studio for some reason.
Seems like a strange choice.
Yeah, it's full of mirrors, so there's like loads of reflections of Jane's, and she doesn't know which one's real and which one's going to attack her. Even though vampires shouldn't have reflections. No, it's fine. I don't know why he wanted to meet her there anyway. It's totally random. And then you don't see her mum. She's not tied up or anything. She's not being held by the throat or anything by James. She's just nowhere. So Jay captures Bella, and then Edward obviously turns up to help. James is too strong though, but Edward bites him, but by then James has already taken a bite out of Bella. There's a bit of a fight between James and Edward. It's cool. It's not as cool as it could have been. This could have been such a great fight scene, but they don't show that much. It's great. Anyway, the other Cullens turn up and they take care of James. Yeah, they pull his head off. They do pull his head off and then set his body on fire. Whew. Harsh. Now Bella is dying. The only way to save her is for Edward to bite her. Somehow, yeah. Even though she's losing blood, Edward thinks, I'll save her by taking more blood out of her. It's that entire logic. This movie's logic. Carlisle says it's the only thing you can do. You have to bite her and start drinking some of her infected blood. Yeah, and Edward's like, oh, I don't know, because if I start sucking her blood, I might not be able to start. And Carlisle says, well, you'll just have to. And that's what happens. Edward starts sucking her blood, but then he can't stop sucking, like this movie. And then eventually Carlisle says, find the will to stop sucking her blood, and he just does. Again, it's not that big a moment. It's rubbish. It's great. So Bella wakes up in hospital. Her mum's sitting by her bedside and she says, oh, don't you remember what happened? You fell down a flight of stairs and went out a window.
That's not what happened.
Wasn't she held prisoner by that Jane's fellow? That's what I thought, but she doesn't seem to remember that at all. Or maybe she just doesn't care. Maybe the script just does what it wants. Bella says, oh, it's good to see you, Mum. Thanks for being here. Could you go and get Dad, please, because I need to apologise to him for the way I spoke to him. Yeah, so she leaves, and Edward's sitting in the chair behind her, and he's like just sitting there waiting for Bella to wake up. And Edward tells Bella what's happened. They took care of James. Lorraine had said to the other vampires, listen, I've had 300 years of hunting humans. I'm not that bothered. For some reason, he doesn't need to eat, I guess. So he distanced himself from James and just left. Victoria was also trying to help James capture Bella, but she ran off before the Cullens arrived and before Edward arrived. And Edward demands that Bella leave town. It's the only way she's going to be safe. If she leaves Forks, distances herself from him, forgets all about him. Yeah, and she refuses. Yeah, and he's like, okay then. So we cut to Edward picking up Bella for prom. Yeah, the dad's like, well, have a nice time, kids. They go to prom, and for some reason Edward leaves her sitting on a bench for a little minute while he goes and checks something. Maybe he's having a tea. I don't think he's having a pee. But while he's gone, Jacob appears and he says, I've got a message from my dad for you, Bella. You should break up with Edward. We'll be watching you. Oh, what a weirdo. Oh, listen, he's got his reasons. What are his reasons? They used to make nut ties. I don't think that's the reason at all. Edward returns and he says Jacob and his friend's leaving, and Edward says, I'll leave you alone for 2 minutes and the wolves descend. What does that mean? No, seriously, what does it mean? You'll see if we ever watch the sequel. We're definitely watching the sequel. We're not definitely, but if we watch the sequel, you'll find out what that means. We're watching all these now. What is there, 3? There's 5. Ha ha! Joy to the world, sighs Twilight niddies. During prom, Edward and Bella leave the hall and they go outside to have a little dance in private in the garden. Yeah, it's like this little narky that where loads of other people are dancing, but then when Bella and Edward start dancing, everyone else just leaves. Yeah, they not stink. They don't stink. Anyway, they have a little dance. Bella says, I want to be like you. I want to be a vampire. Edward says, nah. And then that's the end. Almost. Because inside the throne, they're being watched by Victoria, the other vampire. She's at the top of the flight of stairs watching them outside. And then she turns, starts to walk down the stairs, lets her hair down and looks right into the camera. And then that's the end. That's right, credits roll. And this has been like a children's version of a scary music video, this movie. No, it's been great. I loved every minute of it. The acting was sublime, and these two are so good together. Maybe one day we'll watch one of the sequels. Yet, it's already on order. That's Twilight from 2008. Let us know your thoughts on it. Hit like, hit subscribe. Watch another video. It really helps us out, folks. I love these romantic vampires.